What is up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all, there was no way that I could revamp my channel without talking about the trials and tribulations that occur when you decide to be an entrepreneur. Okay, so let's have a little life update, shall we? Now, first, I am a very private person. I amaze myself at how I'm able to have thoroughly engaging conversations where I'm talking about absolutely nothing. Do you hear me? I do it all the time, right? And I'm just like, how am I doing this? But it must be a gift and I adore it. Okay, so last from maybe June, July 2022 until March 2023, honey, my life was in shambles. Okay, yes, I went to Paris in October of 2022, but that trip was already, we had already planned for that trip. My friend Tony is brilliant. We put money in a travel account. So, and you know what, child? I needed that because I probably would have went crazy. So anyway, so the first thing was, I found this out in March of 2022 that my complex was not going to renew my lease. Listen, I was over that apartment. I kept talking to God I hate this apartment. It was not an apartment for me to create content in. I was having such a hard time just trying to carve out a little space. Well, honey, I didn't know that me saying to God, I don't want to be in this apartment, he was going to be like, oh, all right, then they ain't going to renew the lease. Wait a minute, sir. That's not what I meant. However, y'all, that's how life works. You can talk to God, pray to God about something. You don't know how it's going to turn out. And I never know how it's going to turn out, but I know I'm going to be fine, right? So I've been found it out, told my family. So I was like, I literally have to leave this situation in God's hands. I cannot fix it because I have been working on my business, working on Lita's Closet. Y'all, I made so many investments that did not work. Bought inventory that fell flat on its face. I didn't really know what I was doing. But I never I don't know. I just never regret anything because I just feel like it's learning lessons, right? Okay, so with that being said, y'all, my credit was trash, okay? My credit was trash. I was like, child, only the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost gonna be able to get me up out of this, okay? Because I don't see it, and I can't worry about it. So I just told my family, I was like, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll go live in a hotel. I don't know, okay? People do it all the time. I just figured I would be a hotel dweller, okay? So, found that out in March, right? Okay, but I'm still going on, trying to run my business and, create content, do the things, y'all. So then, one thing I am definitely afraid of is mice. I can't do it. I don't know why I'm like this, okay? I'm way bigger than a mouse. Mice are very small, but they're just gross, all right? It's the reason why I had a cat in my last apartment, because that apartment complex, I mean, the mice need to be paying rent, all right? But I had a cat, but the cat ended up getting sick, y'all, and he died. So I knew it was only a matter of time before I was going to see mice again. I just didn't know when. Well, honey, when came maybe in June. I was like, absolutely not. They can burn this place down. Okay? So here we have now 2 trials. All right, I gotta find somewhere for me and my family to go, and because I cannot have Marquis making these type of decisions. And Marquis knew it, because he was like, I can literally live anywhere. You cannot. You got that right. So, you know, and he is a man. So I had to think about everything. I had to think about, I can't move too far because Marquis got to get to work. Marquis works in a certain city. He didn't have a car at the time. So I'm like, he still got to get to work. I still have to, like, you know, only be in a certain radius, right? So anywho, so this mouse springs up, right? I'm traumatized. It's like in the summer, I'm walking around the house with Ugg boots, because Ugg boots make me feel safe if it's a mouse scurrying about, okay? So, and I was just like, I gotta get out of here. So my mom was gonna loan me some money. She was like, I'll loan you some money for you to move. I was like, oh, Mom, because my mother had just retired. I didn't want to be borrowing her retirement coins, but she was like, Melita, I cannot have my child needing help and I can help them. All right, I can dig it, because, you know, I'm a mom. I'm the same way. So we had a set amount, $5,000 should be enough for me to move. Well, I applied for this one apartment complex. Of course, my credit is trash. I'm denied. I'm like, it ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to move into a hotel. Okay, but then this mouse is scurrying about. I was like, Mom, let me just borrow the money. I gotta go stay in an Airbnb. I can't be in here with this mouse. So y'all, I borrowed $5,000 from my mom just to go stay in an Airbnb. And I stayed there for like 27 days, because that's how much I paid for. 27 days. It was so stupid, because, but I can't do no mouse. I can't do it, y'all. So like, but it was stupid in a sense that, like, but that's the thing, this mouse, but it really wasn't a mouse. You know, this was the devil. Y'all know that, right? Creating something to just mess with my brain, get me all riled up to not think clearly. I could not think, y'all, because I was going out of town with work like the next week. Why did I get that Airbnb before I was even going out of town? I'm paying for some place I'm not going to be for a week. Girl, how stupid are you? But it was the mouse. I couldn't think. So anyway, so I did the Airbnb just to give me some time, because I was like, I'm gonna have to go into a hotel. I cannot find anything. So Shari was already like, Mom, I'm gonna go stay with my grandparents. I said, okay, girl, listen, you 20 something. You don't gotta go on this adventure with me. Go on with them, child. So she went ahead and do that. Of course, Marquis, he just got to suffer and roll with me, you know. And Marquis, he'll stay at his shop, okay? He'll be there anyway working. So, one day before I moved into the Airbnb, I was laying in my bed, because every day I'm just like talking to God, like, what am I going to do? I know you're not about to have me in no hotel. I know you're not. I'm a tither. You possibly not about to have me be up in a hotel as a tither. I know y'all. This can't be y'all plan for my life. So one day I'm laying in bed, and I think it was a Sunday, and I was like, wait a minute, Amar is getting ready to go into the military, my nephew. My sister was currently staying in a 5-bedroom townhouse, renting it in Columbia. And I was like, wait a minute, Amar about to leave. That's a room. I wonder if I can have her whole bottom and just pay her for that, because it was 2 bedrooms down there. So I called her. I said, hey, listen, it finally came to me how I'm not going to be homeless. She was like, girl, I'm glad you finally called, because I didn't know what to do. I was like, girl, listen, God was going to give it to me. I was like, can I rent out your bottom half when Amar goes, so Marquis can have a room too? She was like, well, that other room is my studio. I've always wanted a studio. Mind y'all, that studio never got stood up, but we ain't going to go there, all right? I was like, okay, girl. So she was like, because it was like a spot up in the like outside the kitchen that had like a futon and stuff like that. She was like, let's have that spot set up. So at first I was trying to take that spot, because I try to, like, if I'm going through something, I try to set my kids up better than me, right? She was like, Lee, we can't have you up there. Like, the whole house voted, because they know how I am. Like, I just like quiet. And they was like, if you're up here, we will have to like shut down at like 9 o'clock. I'm like, well, they got a point there, because I be asleep. Okay, so my sister was like, no, have Marquise up there. You go down in the my room. I'm like, all right. So that's what we did, and I paid her. So yay, I didn't end up being homeless. Okay, so stay with my sister, honey. That was something in and of itself. But I had to keep telling myself, you're not homeless. Shut up, and let's just keep it moving. Okay. So yeah, so I stayed with my sister, and so, but then it came to a point where my sister was going to move out of this townhouse. I mean, because this townhouse was a trip, okay? I'm not even going to go into that, because this is like my life update, not talking about my sister, and we're not doing that, right? Because she saved me from being homeless. So at the same, okay, so that's that, right? So as we're ending up, I go to Paris, you know, Marquise, we're in Colombia, so he's close to his job. We're good, right? We're okay, because he's still sleeping on a futon, and that's killing me. All right. So anyway, but my mom is there, my sister is there. I mean, you know, my niece is there, me and Marquise. I mean, you know, for the most part, we having a good old time, right? So then, so as we're ending the year, right? I don't know about y'all people that's married, but like, I had to keep telling Marquis, you need to take care of yourself. Like, you've literally never had a checkup. You don't go to the doctor, and you need to get your teeth fixed. Like, come on, right? So at first he tried to say something about he's going to get dentures. I said, no, you're not. We're too young for that. And you're going to have that old man mouth with the dentures, and it's going to turn me off. I'm going to be disgusted. You're going to have to get implants. So he's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, stop being a sucker. Just do it, right? I mean, I don't think Marquis has ever went to the dentist a day in his life. So anyway, he finally finds a place that he's comfortable with. Y'all, that was a job in and of itself, y'all. I was warned. You would have thought I got the dental implants. I'm joking, because he was in a lot of pain. But it was just a lot. Running to doctor's appointments, getting blood work done. Child. So anyway, he ended up, okay, so that was another, that's not really a trial, but that's just something that was just like wearing me out, right? Because I had to like be his nurse and stuff like that, right? Because he got all the rest of the raggedy teeth that was in his mouth, he got all them taken out, and then got a whole new mouth of dental implants. So I'm like, okay, great. Okay, and so then it came to a point where my sister was moving out of the townhouse, because the townhouse was just, so she was moving out. So she got approved for an apartment. I was shocked. I said, somebody approved you? What is this place? She cracking up, right? She was like, Lee, you just need to come down off your requirements. I'm like, why? Marquis was saying the same thing. Because as I knew my sister was moving out, here I go again, applying for apartments, getting denied. But I finally figured out why. You know, because they weren't telling you. They just be like, they take your application fee, you don't get it back. So I'm paying hundreds of dollars in application fees, getting denied. Nobody's telling me why, until this one complex was like, you still owe where you live at. I'm like, what? So I get in contact with them, and I'm like, it can't be nothing big, right? Because y'all better use that security deposit, all right? I don't need that back. So I ended up contacting them, and she's like, yeah, it was something like $1,100. I'm like, cool, let me pay this so this can clear me up, right? So I paid that, and I'm like, okay, fine, right? At least that's paid, but I don't know how it's still affecting me in the rentals, in the rental space, okay? In the rental sphere, all right? So yeah, we pay that. So mail, I'm like, with it, she's like, and so Marquis is like, you need to find another city to like apply to. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, he must be right, child, because I ain't getting in. Your girl ain't getting in, all right? So, because of course, y'all know, I'm like, you know, I'm a luxury girl. But, you know, maybe I can't afford to be a luxury girl. Anyway, who knows? We don't care, okay? Because that's just me. We don't care, right? So, I'm trying to get into all these luxury places, y'all. It did not work. But, I don't know. You know, God know what he doing, okay? And he knows that I'm a luxury girl. So, I might not have got my luxury apartment now, but I know he gonna hook me up. I don't know how. I ain't worried about it, all right? So my sister is like, I'm like, well, who approved you? She died laughing. I'm like, she was like, girl, I was driving around and I found this spot. I mean, God hooked her up too. Because I don't know how she found this spot. We're like back up in the cut somewhere, and it's very quiet out here. And I'm just like, how? But who cares, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and apply because I need somewhere to live. I'm getting denied. I need somewhere to live. So I end up applying, and before they even like, I mean, this place was so nice, y'all. Before they even like ran my credit, the lady called me and she was like, okay, we got all the information we need, so now we about to run the whatever. I said, okay. She was like, well, let me tell you what that means. And she was like, because you make enough on your income alone. I said, I know I do, but I'm also the one with the problem. I told her what happened at my last apartment, how they didn't renew my lease, how I was paying my rent late. I just told her. She was like, okay. She said, well, let's see if your husband and son's income can apply, right? Because y'all know this place is very like not expensive, like not expensive how stuff be high out here in these overpriced streets. So see what I'm saying? I don't know how things gonna work out, but things be working out. So she ended up looking at their monies qualified for this apartment. I didn't even have to go on the lease. Okay, come on. Come through, God. Come through, God. It was another kind of hiccup with Marquis' ID. Like, because his whole name wasn't on there. A letter was off. Somebody was trying to be stupid, but they cleaned it up. So anyway, and there you have it, okay? Again, not being homeless. Praise ye the Lord, all right? And so my mom also needed somewhere to go, because what was happening was we was just going to break up this circus that we had created, right? And so I was like, I need to try to get my mom where we at, right? And so lo and behold, my mom is here too. So y'all, we all live on the same street. We all live on the same street. My sister's address is 7411. I am 7406. My mom is 7402. Same street, right? How cute is that? I mean, it's the perfect scenario. We don't have to be bothered with everybody on a constant basis, but we're right around each other should someone need some assistance, okay? So it's very cute. Except when my sister tried to get a ride to go to the airport. Girl, if you don't leave me alone and park at the airport like I do. However, I understand why people don't park at the airport, because I be paying like $100 and almost $50. But I don't feel like being bothered with people. That's neither here nor there, okay? This is a life update. We ain't talking about airport parking. So, yeah. So, here I am. I survived. I survived. I did not die, all right? And I have a space to create my content. I mean, y'all see this executive chair I'm sitting in, okay? That I bought from Wayfair. I'm sitting at my sewing table. I mean, this is perfect for the YouTube scenario. This is perfect. I have a section over there where I do my like outfit content for, you know, short form, y'all, it's perfect for me creating my content, okay? Because I do not have a washer and dryer. To say I'm traumatized is saying a lot. I'm like, I gotta buy some more loungewear because I'm running out. All right, so I have been like just going to the laundromat. We do have a laundry in our building, 2 washers, 2 dryers, but y'all, I live on the 3rd floor. I'm not walking up and down. It's annoying. I'd rather go to a laundromat, wash all my clothes, you know, and then just drag them up the steps. Okay, that works for me. So yeah, so you know, I knew that God was going to take care of me. It did not look like it. Okay, it was looking real sketchy. All right, I was like, I know y'all see what's going on down here. Okay, I know y'all see your faithful tithing servant being traumatized on this here earth. When are you coming to help me? All right, and it took a couple months, but they helped me, y'all. Because that's what it's about, child. If you have, and I felt like I was on par. I was on par. If you see all these rich people in their stories, Tyler Perry, he was what? Homeless in a car. Steve Harvey, homeless in a car. People just be going through it. I was like, oh, I'm on par with the people. I must gonna do great things in this here life. Okay, so I feel like I'm on track. I feel like I'm on track with my entrepreneurial journey, my dreams. I feel like they're all gonna come to fruition. Okay, I was able to buy me a new camera this year. I'm recording on it. It's glorious. I love this camera. I wanted a camera with removable lenses. I got it. I'm so happy about it. And yeah, we're back on the up and up. We're back to creating our content. I had to get that together first, and then I'm like, okay, we got that together. Now we can do our YouTube video, and Lita's Closet is coming up right behind everything. Okay, because you know, we not stopping our dreams. They may be delayed, but we not stopping. And every time something will happen to me, my mom was like, girl, you gonna have a testimony to help people. I was like, oh really? Because I really don't share like my life, especially trials and tribulations. I ain't sharing that. But I was like, you know what, maybe for this scenario I need to, because there may be other people who have a dream. You get knocked down. Check this out. You might have lost that round, but just get back up and start fighting again, child. You're gonna come out on the other side. All right, so all right guys, that is my life update. I'm doing great. I'm in a new place. Your girl didn't get homeless. We don't have any mice, and we're gonna keep it pushing. Okay, I see y'all in my next video.